So what's good, what's cracking, what's popping, what it hanging like, what it look like, what that thing be like. Anyway, it's your main man King Sway, and I'm back with another RPG horror story for you. But before I get into that, I want to say how I fucked up on my last, and not even on my last video, on this video. See, I take the stories I get, and I don't read them ahead of time. I pick them, and then I edit them, and I do the video. I'm reading them as I do the video. As I'm doing this video, I had to redo the video. I'm reading the story, and I'm going, wait, I know this one. Turns out I had done this one, months ago? So yeah, you guys are about to get a double, you guys are really about to get a double video. But luckily, I noticed what I was doing wrong, and I fixed it. But today's story is, the DM was obsessed with killing my character's dog. I'm already not liking this shit, but here we go. In real life, I had a dog named Lauren. I loved her so much that when I tried D&D a few years ago, I asked my DM if my character, who was a cleric, could get a dog in the game. He agreed, but he made some reasonable caveats. Like, first I had to have the money for buying the dog, for example. Which personally I think is fucking stupid, because why can't you just have the dog and have him grown up as part of your backstory? But that's just my thing. That's just moving right along. So I did, and I named her Lauren, after my dog in real life. I get that. Look, whenever my character gets a dog or a pet or something, I usually name him Slayer. My real life dog's name was Sadat. Close enough, but screw it. But then I noticed something. Basically, randomly, the DM would just have monsters or people attack Lauren. I would protest because these always happen uninitiated. It even turned to DM always targeting my player for all the attacks, even though we had a tank, and then targeting my dog. Oh, I can't wait to get to the end of this, because I'm sitting there like, yeah, no. If y'all been rocking me for a while, you know I don't do that uninitiated stuff. You better have a reason for what you're doing. But as I said prior, moving right along. The last straw came when, out of nowhere, he decided to just kill Lauren by having monsters attack us at camp and head straight for her, because the monsters were hungry. I protested, and so did the other party members. So the DM begrudgingly retconned my dog dying. The next weekend, Lauren in real life had to be put down because of her old age. I decided that I really didn't have the emotional energy to argue with this dude over killing my fictional dog again. And so I just stopped going. And ultimately, I just stopped playing D&D. So, yeah. Fuck you, Jason. And that wraps up that story. And you know I'm about to jump into this one. Okay. First thing I want to address is DMs out there. Please don't be doing anything like this. They're called RPG horror stories for a reason. They're not called RPG glory stories. Don't just randomly attack someone's dog just because you feel the need to, or you want to just be especially cruel. Because one thing I've learned reading these, and not just reading the stories, is that people live out their little sick power fantasies with this. Like, you get DMs that just want to feel like they have all the power. Don't get me wrong, obviously you get players that do that as well. But I've seen a lot of DMs that are like, oh, well, I'm the DM and what I say goes. And I think more than once I've read a story like that to you guys. But yeah, DMs who are listening to this, please don't do that. No, don't do that. For the love of all things ancestral, don't do that. Sweet baby Jesus. But what got me was, the DM didn't even give a reason for wanting to kill the dog. The only thing I can think of at this point in time of this recording is the emotional distress and turmoil it would have caused OP. Holy crap, my dog died. Like, you're trying to attack my dog, you're killing my dog. For the simple fact that I can relate to that. As I said before, in real life, I had a dog named Sadat. What I did was, I put Sadat in my games as my character. Like, I had him as Slayer. Yeah, I just thought Slayer was cooler, but it was still, in my personal opinion, in my embodiment of my dog. And Slayer went everywhere with me. And you can see the emotional connection even between I said physical. I meant fictional characters. Slayer wasn't real, but as far as I was concerned, Slayer was my dude's dog. Slayer was. I'm gonna say something for a second. What you guys can't see is I'm recording, but there's someone actually waving their phone around, saying, "I'm pulling a John Wick." Someone did something to my dog, and then I decided to destroy everything. Screw you, hippie. Screw you. Back to what I was saying. But no, as I was saying, and I've had guys mess with my dog. Don't. Like, I've said it once. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say it again. I am the type that's like, shut up or fight me. And after I'm done beating your ass, you're still going to shut up. Like, when you start pushing that button. Like, if it's justified, I can deal with it. Like, what I do for targeting systems is I give everybody an assigned number. And I let you know what your number is in the party lineup. And I roll a die to see who that monster is attacking. Now, that comes randomly, when the monster first starts attacking, but common sense, if the monster has enough intelligence, they're going to go after the biggest threat. That I can get behind, I can relate with. But just, I'm just going to attack this dog, because how does the dog look more ferocious, more dangerous, more capable than a bunch of people, well armored, well armed, and some of them look like magic users? You're just targeting the dog to be a dick. That there's nothing else to that. And I completely relate with, like, as I've been saying, I completely relate with OP. I mean, I don't like the fact that she started, OP started. I don't know whether it's what they are, so we're gonna say that. I don't know if they stopped playing. I don't know why they stopped playing, I should say, because I get the emotional turmoil. They didn't want to deal with this jackass of a DM anymore. But at the same time, I'm sitting there like, don't let one guy ruin everything for you. And I mean, I know that can sound like dating advice, but we're not jumping into that pool yet. But for those of you that are listening to the videos that I make, obviously, I would hope that you guys are still out there adventuring and still gaming, still getting your groove on, still running around with your sword and shield talking about, come at me, bro. And you guys don't let something like this spoil your fun. Don't let something like this spoil your desire to go on adventures, to stretch your imagination, to have good times and bonding with people. Because as I said before, I know there are jackasses out there. I mean, come on, how many RPG horror stories have I read? And I know I'm not the only guy you guys listen to. How many times have you taken in things like that? There's a lot of bad people out there, but there's a lot more good people out there, and I hope you guys can connect with somebody like that. Don't let somebody try to snuff out your desire to play your game. And I'm sorry for OP that happened to them. Yeah, I got a little emotional. Screw you guys. It's the holidays. You bring a tear to my eye. I'm not going to tell you that. But yeah, speaking of the holidays, I did want to say happy holidays. I haven't done a video in a little while. I've been running around busy, as some of you may or may not know. I have hella kids, so holiday stuff, gotta do stuff, and I work like a lot, unfortunately. But with that said and done, if you like the video and you haven't, think about liking and subscribing. It helps the YouTube algorithm put my content out there, and then maybe more people who like my content will actually pick it up. In the meantime, in between time, always in the meantime, I'm your boy King Sway, and I will most definitely see you in the next one. Oh yeah, baby. No, I'm just joking. Slight jump scare. Happy holidays, you guys. Enjoy your Christmas, and I hope everything is bright and cheery for you this holiday season.